Everyone wanted a tutorial on how to do space patterns. So, Crimson Hunter that's black. First of all, you need to start with Nagaroth Knight. Get a bit on the brush, not too much. Try and get as much of it off as you can. And essentially, you go around the outside of where you want the pattern to be with it. When you put this on black, it doesn't really show up too much. So just go around where you want the pattern to be, just dabbing it on really gently, because you don't want to put blobs on. So go around there, up here a little bit, maybe down the engine a little bit more. Essentially this is the boundary for where the pattern will appear. So go over it. You don't need to cover it fully, just dab it around. Next you need to start mixing the paint a little bit, so you just want to get a tiny bit on the end of your brush and just mix that with the purple that's already there. So it just lightens the colour up a tiny bit. And then go within the boundaries that you've already put on it. Go outside, it doesn't matter too much, it just makes it look better. Dab it on, don't need to be precise. So that kind of helps it to look more natural. Once you've gone over that, more pink, lighten it up a bit more, and dab that on again. Trying to keep within the boundaries. It doesn't matter if you go over, like I said. But you can go out the boundaries a bit if you want. You just want a slightly different colour. Spin out a bit more. Pink again. Dab it on within the boundaries. One more bout of pink, and then we'll move on to white. With this one, you want to use the end of the brush. You notice I'm using a flat one. And just add sort of spirally patterns to it, so they have sharp edges. And then add a bit of white, a bit more than that. Same again. Got sharp edges on these, all like stars. Spread them around a bit. And then a bit more white. And then the next layer after this will literally just be white on its own. Don't need to wait too much between coats, because you're only dabbing it on really gently with a pretty much dry brush anyway, which allows paint to dry between dabbing it on. So now, just with white on its own, just inside the middle. And that's the basic colours on it. So now what you want to do is you want to start moving back to the purples again. So you don't want to use that, because if you start putting purple onto that again, it goes a really lilac-y colour, which is too, it's not really, you can use it if you want, you can just go back and forth through it, and just dab that icon in again with the end of the brush, just around the white bits. Just to help blend them in a little bit and break up the colour slightly. And then if you are going to use that, you need to start putting quite a bit more purple in there to darken it up. At this stage, you want to dry the brush off a bit again, because we're going to go back to just dabbing around the outside. Obviously you already had a boundary, which is fine, because you can cross over that. Just want to dab it around the outside again, then get a solid purple, try it a bit again, and essentially just do the very outsides again. Don't worry too much about it standing out, because we're going to put some wash on it in a second, which will blend it all back in again. So once you've dabbed all that back on, what I would suggest you do at this point is clean the brush off. Get a little bit of black. I'm using, to me, a flat black, but whatever you want really. Make sure it's really, really dry. There's not that much on it. And then just where you've gone around the edges, just with the edge of the brush, just blend it in a little bit. Just takes the anywhere where you've put way too much on it, just blend in a bit more around the edge. And of course, if you want to at this point, you can say you want it to slice through the middle. There's nothing to stop you just going over it a little bit. Now what you want to do is actually use the wash. You only need a really, really small amount. You have to be careful here because the paint isn't actually dry yet, so you want a tiny bit on the brush, and then from the middle just pull it out gently, really gently, just dab it on and pull it out. If it starts to run, stop doing it, put too much on. Pull it right to the outside, past the black. Again on this bit. What you should see is just as you dab more and more on, you'll eventually get to a point where the colours are blended in rather well. When you're happy with it, just stop. Bear in mind this is the underside and I'm rushing it and I'm not really aiming in any specific way. I'll say that's enough for now. What I probably should have done is put a bit more pink on it as I was going out stippling it, but it doesn't matter too much. At that point, you don't need that brush anymore. What you actually need is a toothbrush, because what you want to do is put little speckles of like stars on it. So, get a toothbrush, dip it in the paint. What I'd suggest you do is you go about 20 centimetres away when you're flicking it, because otherwise you're going to end up with massive clumps on it. And then just literally flick the brush until there's a few little spots of white on it. And that is that. It's a bit of a rush job, like I said. The other side looks a lot better because I've taken more time over it, but you get the basic idea.